Hey, welcome people on Instagram Live. Welcome. Hey, Joel, welcome to YouTube. So, this Instagram Live is to tell you guys that I am live on YouTube. So, join me on the YouTube channel. The link is in bio. If you take a look at the link, click on the link in my bio and go to the YouTube Play icon. Okay, take a look at the YouTube Play icon, click on it, and you'll be redirected to the YouTube channel. So, go on YouTube channel right now. I'm going live there only. I'm only doing this Instagram live to tell all my Instagram followers, you guys, that I'm going live on YouTube. Okay? Hey, welcome, Chad. So Jay and Chad, go to the YouTube channel. All right, I'll be live on there right now. Well, I'm live right now on YouTube. So hopefully I can see you both over there. If you guys are having trouble looking for my YouTube channel, just take a look at the link in my bio. And you should be able to see the link or the YouTube Play icon to my YouTube channel. All right, there's also a link to a YouTube video as well. If you just click on that, you'll be redirected to my YouTube channel as well. So do whatever you want to do. Just all you have to do is get redirected to the YouTube channel. Hello. Hey, welcome everyone on YouTube. Thank you all for joining. OJ Dami. I am live on YouTube right now, so go to my YouTube channel. This Instagram live is only to notify everyone in Instagram that I'm live on YouTube. All right, take a look at the link in my bio, and you should be able to see a link for my YouTube channel. You can either click the YouTube video link or take a look at the YouTube Play icon on the top and click on it, and you'll be redirected to the YouTube channel. OJ, you can also just type in Charts Focus 1 on YouTube, and you'll be redirected, or you'll be seeing my channel on YouTube as well. It should come up on the first search. Hey, okay, see you there as well. Hello people on YouTube. Hello. Thank you guys for the likes. Alright, hopefully everyone is there on Instagram. Okay. All right, everyone. Let's go ahead and start this stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me change the music to a little bit more of a calming music here. So let's see. All right. Welcome, everyone. Wow, we have a lot of people here tonight. Awesome, awesome. Hey, thank you guys for the comments. Wow, thank you guys. Yeah, so if you guys are not here with us in the CFS Ring of Watch and in the Discord, you guys are missing out. You guys are literally missing out. But like Joel says there, and do nothing. We are always learning Yes, we are always learning every single damn day. And you have come to the right place. No joke. No joke. Okay. So everyone should be able to hear me correctly. Got some nice chill music in the background. Ooh, thank you guys for all the likes already as well. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Can everyone hear me clearly? All right, before we begin, let's get this out of the way. Can everyone hear my booming voice clearly? I'm not trying to yell, but you know, I don't want my voice to be drowned out by the music. Everyone give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. Thank you. Discord is so worth it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sure everyone can hear me, right? I mean, my stats are saying that you guys should be able to hear me with the music in the background. It should be a nice balance. Yes? Yes. Okay. Perfecto. Let's go, let's go. Alright. So, what happened to the markets today? What the hell happened today? So, you know, as Oscar, you said it right here. We are seeing a bear flag on the intraday time frames, and guess what? Last night, I sent information to my Discord members that most likely we're gonna have a bounce around 385 to around 387. And guess what? Today we bounced at 387.11, 11 cents away from the low, right? From that low of 387. So we're 11 points away, so close, right? So, you know, how did I get the 385 to 387 range? Well, as I've explained last night in the live, okay, if you guys were in the live, you guys should have known this as well. The first 385 level that I got was from this candlestick, okay? And on this low of the day of this candlestick, and if you guys see the wick right here, the low of the day was 385.15. So that's where I got my rounded up level there of 385, right? Well, rounded down kind of, but that's where I got my first level. And then my second level came from, okay, right here, right? So, oh, actually, hold on. Give me 1 second here. I was on a 2-hour time frame. That's right. So on a 2-hour time frame, all right. If you take a look at this candlestick right here, right, where my cursor is at, right, the low of the day of this candlestick was 386.96, right? And if you round that up, that's 387. So why did I choose these points? Well, because if you take a look at this previous time when we went to the downside, right, we saw a nice bounce off of these two candlesticks, right? And there's evidence that there's a lot of buyers, you know, just based off of the lengths of these bottom wicks, okay? And the fact that, you know, we bounced at this area just told me that, there's a good chance that there's some buyers down here, right? Now, the fact of the matter is that if these buyers are going to hold or not against the wave of sellers that came in yesterday and even today. And today, they were doing pretty well. Not gonna lie here. Every maybe hour or so, the buyers kept on coming back in above 387 after we initially bounced up higher at 387, right? In the morning. So today, what you're looking at right now is a bear flag, which is exactly what I wanted to see. Now, yesterday I demonstrated that I kind of want to see a bear flag happening here, where we just start to form like this, right? And then we start going lower, right? I believe I drew something like this, right? Nice ascending channel, little tiny micro ascending channel, and move lower. And guess what? We did exactly that, except we just didn't do it with a nice tiny gap up in the morning. That's all, right? So my analysis became true here. As usual. Now I don't want to sound too confident with hubris or something like that, but you just have to trust your analysis and gut feeling, especially after 5+ years of being in the stock market. So and I think that's the reason why a lot of people like to hear about my analysis as well, because of the fact that I tend to have accurate readings. I'm not going to say 100% because, well, no one is ever 100% in the market. Guys, if anyone tells you that they're 100% in the market, that they know what they're doing exactly, and they know how the market's going to go exactly, they're lying to you. Okay, no one in the world knows that unless they have time traveling abilities. Okay, but like I said, right? Technical analysis is a way to increase your trading edge, and the better that you're more experienced with technical analysis, and the more experience that you get, the better your trading will be, and the better your perspective on the overall markets will be. Okay, I always tell people this, right? So with that in mind, okay, SPY here, what am I expecting tomorrow? So first of all, let's take a look at futures. All right. Let's see. You guys are this Cody goes nice. Yes, bear flag into a double bottom. True that. Yep. So that's my point. Yes, exactly, guys. You guys are getting it today. Wow. All right. So for SPY here, all right, the futures ES, all right, we're currently seeing a nice bounce. All right. I mean, this is not is not too alarming here. I mean, whenever we're seeing a bearish flag form, who knows, right? On the intraday time frames, we're seeing a bear flag, right? But on the daily time frame, we still haven't formed a bear flag just yet, right? So, like Oscar, what you just said, bear flag into a double bottom, right? We're assessing those risks yet last night as well, potentially a double bottom as well, right? And it seems like overnight we're getting that so far, right? As he bounced today off of this 3,855-ish to around 60-ish level, right? And we start to we opened up pretty nicely tonight, and we start to bounce. Okay, now if I want this bear flag to form, I do not want us to start breaking the highs of today, right? So the highs of today on ES on SPY futures here was 3,943.50. I do not want us to break that, because if we break that, then there's a possibility that we can actually start heading up higher, right? And then retest this descending level of resistance again. Now, if you guys forgot where this descending level of resistance came from and where this descending level of support came from, this is from the overall macro descending channel that we've been seeing for quite some time, right? For the last few weeks, right? Even in last month. So obviously now you guys are wondering, wait a second, Andrew, isn't this a bullish chart pattern? Yes, right? It's a bullish chart pattern, but the price trends to the downside in the actual chart pattern, right? So until the price is able to break above and stay above this descending level of resistance trend line, okay, we're going to continue to go to the downside. And so far, the price has been proving me right? And it's been continuously rejecting, right? Rejected multiple times here, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, uno, dos, tres, right? So, so we have 3 points here where we rejected, right? And we continuously come down to this descending level of support multiple times. We have more areas here compared to the rejections, right? Multiple areas where we've come down and hit the support level. Okay, so what does this tell me, right? This tells me that the price wants to continue to go to the downside because, well, we have more touches on the descending level of support, right? So, we have to trust the data here, right? the only thing that I'm doing that's different from other people, because a lot of people say, hey, how are you able to, get this level? How do you know where we're going to reject? How did you know where we're going to bounce? How did you know that we're going to break out from here, right? How do I know this? Can anyone tell me? I'll give you the answer. Because I'm looking at the past data, right? I look at the past previous candlesticks as data points, right? And we're analyzing data. I'm a data analyst basically, but in the stock market, right? I'm not obviously an actual data analyst like in, whatever career that requires data analysis. I think like maybe computer science, I think. But that's essentially what I'm doing here, guys. I'm just doing data analysis, right? So with SPY futures, right? If I want to see a bearish flag happen or form, okay, I want to see a nice textbook bear flag, all right? But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. If we decide to break above the high of today, which was again 3,943.50, all right? There's also a possibility that we can see a nice, bear flag forming like this, okay? A nice rising wedge or an ascending channel, nice micro ascending channel before we break that channel again and break to the downside, right? So we have two scenarios here, right? And do you always see how I'm always looking at two different scenarios, right? Because in the market, everything is a duality, right? We have buyers and we have sellers, right? We have the bulls and the bears, okay? And we always have two different opportunities or two different scenarios. So the first scenario here was, we can continue to break to the downside, right? Or we can actually break above today's high today and start forming a nice micro bear flag within this macro descending channel. Did that make sense, guys? All right, if I'm going too quick, let me know. Let me know, guys. I want everyone to be on the same page here tonight. All right. So with that in mind, all right, you just have to remember, all right, there's two scenarios, right? And with that information, now we're going to go into SPY, all right, and see whether or not, right, we can figure out some levels. Okay, so tomorrow, all right, we have two major levels, and you guys always know, right? When I look at two major levels, okay, you guys can have multiple opportunities to play. Joel, I know you know that. I know you've benefited greatly from going through with two levels, right? And you know how important it is for me to know about two levels on the intraday timeframes and on the daily time frame. Okay, so I want you guys to look at this on SPY. All right, on SPY tomorrow, major resistance level is around 392.50. Okay. And then the next major level, all right, will be 387. All right. If you break below 387, we go straight down to 385. All right. And Oscar, what you just said there, can there be three? I also see a double bottom. Yes. So this is where that kind of a nuance to my duality situation there becomes into view, right? So if we break below 387, right? If we don't hold that 387 level, there's a higher chance and a higher probability scenario where we can come back down to 385, all right, and see a bounce there. And that will actually be the double bottom bounce. And that should be a perfect double bottom bounce because, well, where's the first bottom, guys? Right here, 385.16. So if we bounce around 385, at least around this vicinity of this level, there's a higher and better probability to have a nice double bottom than compared to today, right? Because people were saying, there might be a double bottom today. Yeah, there could have been, right? But there's a stronger and higher probability for us to see a double bottom at 385 because that's where we saw an actual big bounce. How do we know this, guys? Well, take a look at the previous data points, right? When we bounced off of 385, what do we do? Guys, what do we do right here? It's right in front of our faces. We bounced and continued to bounce and and we went up higher until we reached the level of resistance again, this descending level of resistance. And where is this descending level of resistance from? The macro descending channel on the daily time frame. Does that make sense, everyone? Right? Everything should be kind of encompassing together and kind of amalgamating together, right? And this is how you do technical analysis, right? It's very, very simple, but very, very complicated at the same time because you have to work with so many different data points, right? And Oscar, yes, you're right, it rallied, right, after that retest of 385. So there's a higher probability and a better risk management, right, for you if we come back down to 385 and then bounce, especially if you're trying to play a SPY long trade, right, to the long side. So, I expect us to see, okay, some type of a movement to the downside tomorrow back to 385 and then bounce, right? So that's where we'll be waiting. That's where I will personally be waiting for a double bottom bounce for a better confirmation of a double bottom bounce. Today, even today, right? If you just take a look at today's information, data points that we have today, you can obviously tell, right? You can obviously tell that there is a lot of resistance around 392.50 and obviously a little bit around 393 as well. So if you guys want to kind of know like kind of a nice range, I would say around 392.50 to around 393 is a nice range to be looking at. And I gave that that range to my CFO Discord members, right? Who are also in the CFO Stream Watch newsletter. So if you guys aren't in there yet, make sure you guys get in. All right. Oops, my apologies. It's my phone. So, yeah, Oscar, you got to be aware of the whole picture. That's so difficult when you miss those. Yes. And if you guys haven't looked at my how to day trade or scalp video on my YouTube channel, go ahead and take a look at that because I signify the importance of daily levels. All right. So if you guys have no idea how important daily levels are, right? And if you guys think that daily levels are not important to day trades or scalping, right? You guys are completely wrong there. All right. I can 100% say that with confidence, right? Because daily levels do matter on the intraday time frames, no matter what intraday level or intraday time frame that you're looking at. 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute. It does not matter. The daily levels will affect the prices on every single intraday time frames. Okay, so that's something that I always tell people to know, right? Because if you don't know your daily levels, then you're going into that trade blindly, right? And like Oscar said here, you had to be aware of the whole picture, right? So that's what I want to look at for SPY tomorrow. Okay, so hopefully you guys can get a good trade out of those levels. All right. So just give me a thumbs up if you guys are all following. Everyone who's on YouTube right now, give me a thumbs up. Or give me a like on the video as well. It helps with the algorithm. Oh, Oscar, thank you for the subscription there. Thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel. Thank you. And guys, before I move on to the next name, okay? If you guys are not in the CFO Stringer Watch newsletter, okay? I did this before in my previous lives as well, right? If you guys join in today, right, with the one-on-one mentorship sessions, right? So if you guys don't know, with the CFO Stringer Watch, you get access to the CFO Discord, and okay, you guys get monthly mentorship sessions for 1 hour and 30 minutes each, just with me, all right, to help you with your trading every single month. Okay, and that's tier number 3 on the newsletter website. All right, and if you guys subscribe tonight, all right, using the code 5OFF, all right, I will give you guys the beginner's trading guide for free. And guess what? The code 5OFF is going to apply every single month. All right, so let me actually put in the chat here. Right, the code is 5OFF. Right, so you guys can use it or you guys don't need to use it. It's your choice. Right, so if you guys join in by tonight, I will give you the beginner's trading guide for free. right? Which was originally $50, right? And you get access to the CFA Streaming Watch and access to the newsletter. The Discord, right? So you guys will be able to see this week's newsletter, and you'll be in the CFA Discord by tonight, and you'll get the beginner's training guide for free, and you'll get the mentorship sessions from me every single month for 1 hour and 30 minutes, right? All for one price every single month, right? How much better can it go, right? So if you guys join in tonight, all right, you will get the beginner's trading guide in your mail, okay? And you'll be able to see the newsletter for this week in the CFA Discord, since I always post the newsletter in the Discord as well. So you get access to everything, and I will reach out to you to schedule your one-on-one mentorship session as well for this month, since you got in this night, right? So guys, if you guys want to join in tonight, today's the night, okay? Hassan, you missed it? No, you didn't miss it. You're not late. Okay, so but Hassan, if you want to look at what SPY lows I'm looking at for tomorrow, just take a look at the very first part of this live, and you should be able to see what I'm looking at. Okay, so tonight I'm gonna just do a simple chart requests. If anyone has any chart requests for me, go ahead and send it in the chat. I'll be waiting. I'll take a sip of my water, of my nice agua. Anyone have any tickers to look at? Whoa, okay. All right, we got a lot coming in right now. UPST. Oh, Hassan, I know you killed that trade today. Yeah, so UPST. So, guys, if you guys weren't in my live 2 nights ago, or I think yesterday, I think it was yesterday. I think my short-term memory is all hitting again. But when we have big downtrends like this, big movements to the downside, especially a gap down like this, right? I'm looking for 3 scenarios. Not 3 scenarios, excuse me. 3, I guess, stipulations. Okay, 3 rules, all right, for a nice big move to the upside. Okay, so yesterday what I said about UPST was that, well, I think I said this on Tuesday. Yes, on Tuesday. So on this candlestick right here. Okay. Or was it this one? This one? I don't remember. But with that in mind, the first one was that, look, if we're going to go to the upside again, if we're going to reverse the upside and start filling this gap, what I want to see is a retest of my 10 SMA. A retest and a rejection. And guess what? Yesterday we did that, right? So the first stipulation was filled. The first rule was filled. And then the second one was that, okay, if I want to see a continuation of this reversal, I want us to come back above, okay, the 10 SMA. Now remember, we rejected already. And today, what did we do today at open? We came back down and fell below the 10 SMA. So that was another rejection. And then when we bounced, right, here's the second stipulation, second rule. We have to close above the 10 SMA. And guess what we did? We closed above the 10 SMA. Okay. And then what's our third stipulation now that we have to look out for on UPST? Another movement down. And this time, when we move back down, I want the 10 SMA to start curving. Okay. So actually, let me do that again. Right? And once the 10 SMA starts to curve, okay, I want the price to come back down and bounce on top of the 10 SMA. And that will give us complete confirmation that the price is starting to think about staying above the 10 SMA, which would also lead to or equate to the possibility that we can see a full reversal to the upside, and possibly with this name, a complete gap fill that we made here. And so far, we're nearly halfway from the gap that we made here. Okay? The gap that we made here, all the way here. Right? So, that's what I'm going to be looking at for UPST tomorrow. If you come back down, okay, go back down a little bit, maybe break below 48.50 and bounce around, I would say around $46. Okay, that would be a good area to bounce. All right? We should be able to see a nice continuation to the upside for the next few weeks, and potentially for the next 2 to 3 weeks, a nice gap fill. Okay, now if we do get that, now I'm kind of reaching here now. I'm going a little bit too far into the future, since and the reason why I'm telling you guys this is that, well, I don't have enough data to kind of corroborate what I'm saying right now. But right, if we continue to move to the upside, right, after kind of consolidating sideways, as we continue to come back down, retest and bounce on the 10 SMA, on top of the 10 SMA, right, as we hold the 10 SMA, there's a good chance that we do this, right? We do this, right? And then we break above again, and eventually this 21 SMA will come back down and act as resistance, and then the price will reject. Okay? So that's kind of what I'm looking out for in the future. All right, and Hassan, you said too many green candlesticks in a row made me nervous. Yes, and guys, if you guys remember my last 2 days, okay, in the last 2 days, what did I say about the 3 candlestick rule? Right, this is what I teach in depth to my students. Right, so in summary here, a quick summary, the 3 candlestick rule, right, is that if you have 3 back-to-back consecutive green or red candlesticks, right, you should expect the 4th candlesticks to be the opposite color, whatever it was previously, right? So right now, right, we're in a very unhealthy uptrend. Why? Well, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consecutive back-to-back green candlesticks. Now, is that good? No, because that's unhealthy, right? Because on the 3rd candlestick, I would have at least liked a nice red candlestick and then another green one, right? That would have been healthy. Except we just kept on going up and up and up, which is fine, because in this situation though, right, we have shorts covering the position, right? People who probably profited a lot, especially if they got short right here at this break of this wedge chart pattern or symmetrical triangle here, right? So, there's probably a lot of people who either gambled ER, which I highly do not recommend, who are now getting out and starting to flip to the long side, or there are people who are short for quite some time beforehand and are now getting out, right? So, for UPST, this is overall unhealthy, right? So Joel, yes, the 4th has to be different, right? And there are a little bit nuances to that rule. And Joel, since we have our next mentorship session this month coming up soon, I will message you about that and which time and day I'm looking at for you. And guys, if you guys don't know, Joel is one of the CFO Stream Watch members as well, who upgraded to tier 3, where he's looking to get mentorship sessions with me, and he's already had some with me. So just letting you guys know, if you guys have any questions, or if you guys want to ask him about anything, go ahead and ask him about anything about the mentorship sessions, or just ask me and I can set up something with him as well, if he's comfortable as well talking about the sessions. So I'm really open to that. I let my students speak for themselves, right? I don't tell my students what to do or what to say to other people if they ask questions. I will never do that, right? But with that in mind, okay, UPST tomorrow, I would say, for us to kind of move back down to maybe around 46. All right, so 46, I would like us to move down 46 and then bounce on UPST, Hassan. So hopefully we can see a nice bounce and hold of the 10 SMA, because if we don't, then we come back down, right? And most likely we might see some type of action like this, right? Where the price comes down and then continues to kind of go back down again. All right, I've seen this multiple times where the price has failed to completely fill in the gap. Okay, Hassan, do I get a mentorship too? Unfortunately, no, but you can upgrade if you choose to, Hassan, if you want to. That's all on you. I'm not going to pressure anyone to ever upgrade who are currently in the Discord and the CFO Stream Watch newsletter right now. But if you want to, let me know and we can help you upgrade. Oscar, how much is it? Take a look at the first link down below in the description box. It should be the first link or the second link. Yes, the second link. Okay. All right. So if you take a look at the second link, click on it. All right. The newsletter.chartsfocus1.com/CFOSW. All right. You should be able to see all the prices on there. All right. And remember, if you want to join Oscar, use the code 5OFF. All right. Okay. So, like I said, guys, those mentorship sessions are forever. All right. You guys have any questions or anything like that, ask me as well. But remember, the mentorship sessions that you get with the CFS Swing Watch newsletter and the Discord access will be forever. All right. Every single month. All right. Joel, you guys have questions? I'll be happy to answer as a student of Andrew. Thank you, Joel. Thank you very much. So, yeah, with that in mind, UPST, it's kind of, it's kind of getting a little bit wary here with this trend. All right, so I'll be watching out for those levels tomorrow. Chaos-san. Let's see. After UPST was NVIDIA. Ooh, good one, Oscar. Yeah. So NVIDIA is actually very weak, and there's earnings coming up next week after hours. Right? So I'm either going to expect a run up on earnings or a complete breakdown, because so far most of the semis have been acting very weak, especially the leading semis, right? Like NVIDIA, right? The leaders in their sectors, like NVIDIA, right? The semi industry is going lower, right? And it's not seeing enough of a boost in buyers to start a reversal. And so far, we're in a nice, beautiful downtrend, right? A nice descending, or kind of a broadening channel here, actually, right? And obviously, it's a little kind of subjective here on this chart, but overall, still a downside, right? And today, we rejected off of 177.50, which is bearish because, like I said, right, in order for us to start reversing, we need to see a nice retest of the 10 SMA rejection, and then another attempt where we come back up above the 10 SMA and stay above the 10 SMA, and then when we come back down again, we retest the 10 SMA and then bounce on top of it, which can kind of confirm for a potential or probability that we can stay above the 10 SMA and start heading up higher. So with NVIDIA here, if you're trying to play to the long side, we have to break 177.50, and if you can kind of see right here, all right, if we bounce tomorrow, right, strongly, and if we continue to the upside, there's a possibility that we can actually break above this descending level of resistance trend line, which coincides, right, and converges on this point with this horizontal level, which is 177.50, right? So you have two major levels of resistances that are bearing down on this name right now. 177.50 and this descending level of resistance. Does that make sense? Right? So, it's one of those things that, you guys have to just know, right, in the back of your head as you're trading, because, like I said, daily levels are important, right? And it's even better if you know and memorize that daily level or daily levels that you're trying to play, because especially if you're a day trader, right, and you're not switching to the daily time frame, you're staying only on the intraday time frames, it's good to know the significant levels, at least two levels that you want to play off of from the daily time frame that gets translated to your intraday time frames. Does that make sense? All right, and so the next level that you want to be looking at for NVIDIA, right, other than 177.50, all right, is 168.50, right? That is our immediate level of support. Okay, and then 177.50 is our next immediate level of resistance, right? So, like I said, right, these two levels are very significant. If you guys are trying to play to the downside tomorrow, if you break below 168.50, you guys have your short entry for that short trade. Does that make sense? Right? So, Oscar, hopefully that makes sense, right? And so far, very ugly candlestick, right? The past 2 days, including today, right? So, nice rejection, and we had a nice, nasty, bearish candlestick to the downside yesterday as well, right? So if you break below 168.50, we'll come back down, and then we will retest this point right here, which is around 155.50-ish. Right? I'll kind of have a nice average number there, 155.50-ish. Okay, oops. Just kind of bring it down that one a little more. Okay, so if you come back down and bounce there, then I would expect NVIDIA to move up and into earnings. Move up into earnings, as earnings is next week. And tomorrow is the last day, right? So hopefully that's a good review for NVIDIA. And then what else? Disney. And then after Disney, I'll do SC for your son. So yeah, so Disney. This was in the newsletter, guys. And you know, do nothing knows about the newsletter, obviously, since he's a member as well. But Disney here, we're looking for a long over 108.10, and on Tuesday, on Tuesday, everything looked amazing, right? We actually closed above the 10 SMA. Well, actually we didn't. Actually, we rejected and kind of closed near the 10 SMA. But we did close above 108.10, which was our level that we're looking at on the daily time frame. Okay, you guys can't see it here, but I don't know where my levels went. Okay, so this is the level of resistance. And if you take a look at the intraday time frames, right, it was a perfect breakout out of a micro inverse head and shoulders, right? If you guys don't see it, okay, here's the left shoulder, here's our inverted head, and here's your right shoulder. Right, and then we broke out of it. This is like a nice closed eye smiley face. Right, so with Disney here, you know, it was a nice breakout above 108, and we closed above 108. But unfortunately, the markets decide to roll over overnight, and we gap down, and we continue to sell off the rest of the day. And you know, Disney is heading back down again, and I wouldn't be surprised if we come back down and hit this level again once more, where we bounced. I think last Thursday. Okay, this is last Thursday's candlestick right here, where we had a nice, good bounce after earnings. So maybe around $100. And now, look at this, guys. We bounced around the whole number, and it's actually a very critical psychological number, 100. And if you guys are wondering why, right? I've explained this in the past, last year as well, on my multiple lives I've done since last year. Okay, the 100 level is so important. Why? Well, because let's say a stock is around $25, right? Let's say IPOs for $25. In the next few months or even next few years, the stock has a good steady growth in the share prices, right? And the stock decides to get really close to $100. And why is that $100 so important? Well, because, well, that's the first time a stock is heading to triple digits. Right? You're fundamentally changing the share price to 3 digits, 3 numbers, right? And your stock is worth a lot now, right? That's the reason why, that's kind of like the general reason why that $100 level is so significant. Now, on the other hand, if a stock that's already in triple digits, right, like Disney, loses the $100 level, that's another significant event, because that means their shares are now worth less than 3 digits, right? And that's the reason why the $100 level was defended last Thursday really well, right? And we bounced really well as well, okay? So if we come back down to $100, I expect to see a nice bounce, okay? Like this, a nice bounce back to around 108.10, okay? And maybe, just maybe, we might see a huge range forming between 108 and 100. So a nice 8-point price range. Excuse me. Okay. So hopefully that answered your Disney questions right there. Disney questions. I sound like an employee to Disney. Did you get that, everyone, for Disney? Yes? Maybe? Oscar, you're welcome. You're welcome for that the video, and and you're welcome as well. Amazing to as always. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let's do SC. Okay, and after SC, I'm going to show you guys another one as well, and that'll be the last ticker. Okay, so this is our second to last ticker. So SC. All right, so you guys know, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I posted this on my Instagram as well. But SC here looks absolutely amazing. All right, and why? Why does it look absolutely amazing? Well, because we're kind of starting to see a flag forming, right? So on the daily time frame, you might not be able to see it, but it's a very micro bull flag. And I was kind of surprised that we didn't move much after earnings, because there was a lot of important numbers that came out after earnings as well on this company. But Hassan, like you said, Chinese stocks may be strong. Okay, and you said you share something on Discord. Yes, okay, I'll take a look at that after the live. But Chinese stocks, yes, they have been performing a little bit better today as well, and they closed a lot better today as well. If you take a look at QUED, which is the ETF, ETF, the Chinese ETF for internet names or internet companies, it ended pretty well, and we actually retested the 50 SMA again on a daily time frame. So this is actually looking pretty good after a nice double bottom that we made here as well, right? So on 24. Obviously we're still in a downtrend though. QUED is still a nice trend to the downside, right? There's no denying that, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if China gaps down overnight as well. Okay, so SC, right? I also wouldn't be surprised if you have another red day tomorrow, because, well, I actually kind of want a red day, because on a 2-hour time frame, right, we're seeing finally some consolidation, because this was getting kind of unhealthy where we're just going straight up like this, right? And we kind of broke this ascending support trend line, and we're now starting to form a nice range between 73 and 79.50. Okay, so those are your kind of levels for SC. And if you break above, I would say around 80 for a confirmation. If you break above 80, that'll be a nice breakout to the upside, and possibly hit 90.50, which is our next major level of resistance, which is also on, guess what? Ding, 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 on the daily time frame, which will always matter on the intraday time frames as well. Okay, if you have a significant level on the daily time frame. All right. So for SC, I want us to kind of move downward like this a little bit, and then break to the upside. Okay, so I want to see a nice channel forming like this that we're currently seeing so far. Okay, does that make sense? Right, like that. Okay, I apologize for my crude drawing, but as usual, this is kind of what I want to see based off the price action that we are seeing currently right now. All right, did everyone understand that for SC? So son, yes, I do ideally want to see a daily flag, daily micro flag. Hopefully everyone's nights are going pretty well tonight. I had a lovely, lovely In-N-Out burger. Because, I'm about that Cali life. But, yeah, so that's SC. Okay. How's everyone doing tonight? Let me take a little tiny break here before I do my final ticker for you all. Only good thing about California right now is the In-N-Out. And Johnny, you're correct. Besides the weather, yeah, I guess so. Hey, just got back from soccer. Nice. A little fun fact about me, guys. I used to do kendo. If you guys know what that is, kendo is it's a Japanese sport. Now I'm not Japanese, but it's competitive sword fighting basically, where we use bamboo swords that are heavy, right? There's different kind of levels to the sword of heaviness, right? And they can get pretty heavy, right? But we wear like armor that's metal armor, like real metal armor that weighs. Well, I don't think it's metal. I forgot what it was made out of, but the whole entire the whole entire the armor kind of weighs, I think it weighed like at least 10 to 15 pounds. Well, it definitely felt like 10 to 15 pounds. And you have to be very, very light on your feet. And you have to be very, very quick, because if you're not quick, and if you don't come and see the opportunity to strike your opponent, right, the other opponent can see that you've kind of missed your opportunity and hit back right away, or kind of parry your advances to try to hit them, right? So it's one of those things that you want to take advantage of when you're playing that sport, because it's a very, very quick sport, and if you get 3 hits, then you're out, right? And those 3 hits can end in about like maybe less than a minute, right? So who knows? Who knows how long you'll stay alive when you're competing to let's say a professional, right? Because that's how hardcore that sport is. Because if you don't take opportunities, just like in the stock market, if you don't quickly act when you see opportunities, you're gonna be left out, or you're gonna be completely out, like in kendo, right? So if you guys want to take a look at what kendo is, Kendo is the spelling of the name. It's a very, very I would say it's a very sweaty sport. you really sweat. Like, you have a sweat shower underneath your armor. It's amazing how much I sweat when I was in that armor. But yeah, you have to be very quick and light on your feet as well, which is hard because you're wearing such heavy armor, right? And you're flailing your well, not really flailing your sword around, but you have a specific form that you have to use, just like samurai back in the day. It looks like you guys are talking about soccer. Nice. Hassan and Joel, you guys can talk about soccer in the Discord. In the off-topic chat. In the off-topic chat channel. Awesome. Seems like you guys are finding some soccer fans there. Or football fans, excuse me. Alright, so let's get back. So the last name that I want you guys to look at. Okay. And Joel, I'll answer your question. I do not play soccer anymore. I used to play soccer when I was like a kid, like really, really small kid. When I was like, I think I was like 6 years old, so a long time ago. All right, 6 and 7 years old. I used to play soccer. I was pretty good. I was decent, but I kind of sucked at soccer. Joel, yes, kendo. I was good at kendo. Yes, it's kind of a samurai style of fighting. Very, very quick, swift movements. Maybe that's why I'm good at sniping in the stock market. No, I'm joking. I'm just joking, guys. But yeah, you have to be very, very quick on your feet, very light on your feet, and if you see an opportunity, an opening, you gotta strike. You gotta go, bam, and just strike right away, right? And guess what? You can actually end up with bruises on your wrists, on your head, and stuff like that, because you kind of hit quick, and when you're hitting quick with a heavy object, it can come crashing on you. Right, so the most well, not the most, but the areas that you can hit are 3 areas, right? Your head, your belly, right, and your wrists, right? And that's kind of the areas back then in the samurai era in Japan, where the samurai would try to incapacitate you by slicing your wrists, or trying to slice through your armor and hit your belly, or try to spill your guts out, basically, right? Or they're just trying to split your head open with the samurai swords, right? Which is why we have those 3 points of attack, right? The head, the wrists, and your gut, right? So, it's a very intense way of fighting. It's a lot slower than fencing, right? Fencing is even quicker because, well, they have less heavier armor, but it is still pretty heavy from what I've heard for fencing. But Kendo's a lot more heavier sport, and a lot more of a kind of a slower sword sport is what I would say. Sword fight sport. Okay, so the next thing that I want to look at is AMD. Okay, so AMD. So this one was also on the CFO Swing Watch newsletter. All right, and AMD, okay, AMD is looking pretty good here, and guess why? All right, well, first of all right, whoever played this above $96, congrats for anyone and the CFR Swing Watch and CFR Discord. All right, you guys should have made a lot of money on the past 2 trading days. Okay, well, not past 2 trading days, but in 2 trading days, within 2 trading days. Right? Sorry, guys, if you guys are getting confused about my semantics and diction. Sometimes I'm I'm not correctly saying things that I want to say when I'm thinking about certain things. I know everyone has those moments. You're lying if you don't have those moments, guys. All right. But with AMD here, we're actually forming a nice bear flag, sadly to say, because I would like AMD to look a little bullish, but you know, nothing will ever be 100% ideal, and nothing will ever be the way that you want it to be in the stock market, right? But AMD is kind of forming a nice rising wedge here. Joe, you said sounds really cool. Yes, it is very cool. It's a very grueling sport, right? You end up with a lot of bruises. I remember all that pain, but it was worth it. It was very fun and it was very athletic, right? And it kept me fit, right? So very good sport. So AMD here, I would say. Also, guys, Kendo is a very disciplined sport as well. You have to be very disciplined, right? You have to be very patient. You have to know when the opportunities are going to come to you, right? Which is the reason why I think I'm going to make a video, a specific YouTube video on me kind of making an analogy of the stock market and stock trading to Kendo, because I kind of want to, go over my experiences as well with Kendo and kind of relate it to the stock market. And I think if you guys really want to see that and see my kind of my journey through Kendo and how it kind of relates to my stock trading and how it helped as well, if you guys are interested in something like that, give me a thumbs up. I would love to go over that. It's a very good sport. I wish I can come back to it, but I'm a little bit too busy now. But if I do have the chance, I will love to go back into it. But unfortunately, as well, I have hurt my ankle, both of my ankles, multiple times. So I don't know if I'll be able to do it again. And my shins are kind of screwed up as well, my shins and my ankles. So I don't even run anymore. But hey, who knows? I can potentially, hopefully, see some type of a recovery in the next few years. But I know my ankle and my shins are screwed up, and it's gonna be hard for me to do any type of basically anything that requires a lot of running, jumping, and etc. So, what can I do? All right, so for AMD here, we're seeing a nice rising wedge, and today showed a lot of weakness again. And guess what? We completely decided to reject off of the 50 SMA and this ascending level of support. So you got a double whammy there, where the price was shut down and smacked down with the 50 SMA and the overbearing ascending level of resistance from this rising wedge chart pattern. Okay, so with AMD here, I expect a nice short to come out of it, a nice short trade to the downside. If we break below 95.50, or if we clear 95, that's going to be a confirmation. If we break below 95, that'll be a clear breakout confirmation to the downside. All right, but as we're slowly kind of consolidating within this chart pattern, this rising wedge, and as the price gets tighter and tighter and tighter, what do I mean by that? Well, the price is literally getting tighter, right? The price is starting to get stuck between these two ranges, right? These two ascending trend lines, right? The price was very wide, and now if we decide to come back up again and bounce up tomorrow above 95.50 or around 96, okay, we at some point we're gonna see that tipping point at this converging point between these ascending trend lines, right? Ascending resistance and ascending support, and at this converging point, we're going to tip over and fall to the downside. And why do I say that? Well, because an ascending wedge or a rising wedge is a bearish chart pattern. Okay, And if you guys kind of want to see the entire bigger picture, right, on the weekly time frame, right? Let's get rid of my drawings here, right? We're also seeing it on the weekly time frame, right? We have the flagpole here, and we have a nice bear flag, right? A macro bear flag on the weekly time frame, and the daily time frame we have a nice micro rising wedge here. Okay, so we have two overlaying bearish chart pattern. So AMD, especially if we break below 95 tomorrow, then we can have a nice short trade to the downside to around $92. Okay. So today, great rejection off of that $100 level again, right? And remember, guys, that 100 level is important, right? It's a psychological level. And right now, AMD is struggling to hold above 100. And remember, that's another significant event, right? If a stock isn't able to hold $100, that means, whoa, investors are saying, wait a second, so this stock isn't able to hold that $100 level. Does that mean the value of the stock is lowering? And they tend to sell, right? And so this $100 level is very, very, very important, all right, for the next few coming trading days for AMD. All right, so that's kind of your game plan for AMD there, all right? If the price decides to bounce again and reject off of 100, that can also be a great, maybe it might even be a better entry for a short trade on that $100 rejection, because today was obviously a good entry point for a short on AMD if you guys decide to play AMD at the rejection of 100, right? So this 100 level is very, very, very significant. And you can also see how the 50 SMA has converged on this $100 level as well, providing another layer of resistance, right? So, today was obviously a kind of a bearish candlestick. It's a nice gravestone doji as well. So, or an upside down cross, kind of a very ominous looking candlestick. But if you decide to follow through tomorrow, we could see a break to the downside below 95. Okay, so set up all your alerts, guys. Set up all your alerts. Joe Avila, you said went through army boot camp, injured all because my recruiter wanted to make some money. Body hasn't been the same. Oh man, I'm sorry about that, man. Yeah. So yeah, you feel my pain, man. Yeah. Yeah. So I injured a lot on the lower half of my body. So I don't think I can even do simple running exercises anymore. And also I tried to jump rope as well, and it even hurt my ankle. So hey, and hopefully I do recover soon. It's been years, but hopefully I continue to recover. All right, so that is it for tonight, guys. Hopefully you guys took away a lot from this live tonight, and from all the names that I've given you guys to potentially trade tomorrow on the last day of trading this week, and all the technical analysis I've done on every individual name that you guys requested as well. Hopefully you guys set up your alerts, and if you guys don't remember the TA, just come back on this live stream, because this will automatically repost, because YouTube has a default option to record everything, and it automatically posts after the live is done. So you guys can go back to my channel and go back on the same stream here and rewatch it. And Hassan, make sure you rewatch it for the SPY analysis. And I believe I started around I think maybe 5 to 7 minutes into the live. Actually, maybe longer, maybe 10 minutes. I don't know. you can find it. It's at the start of the live, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. But with that being said, guys, if you guys are not in the CFO Swing and Watch newsletter and in the CFO Discord, okay, make sure you guys get in by tonight with the code 5OFF. Now, you guys have to get tier 3, not tier 4, in order to get the free beginner's trading guide in your email by tonight. Okay, so if you guys want that beginner's trading guide for free, right, use tier 3. Okay, subscribe using tier 3. Right, and you can use that 5OFF code if you guys want. Right, just type in 5OFF on the discount code area and it will be applied. All right, so very, very simple. And If you guys are having trouble with the website or anything like that, please email me or DM me on Instagram or message me on Discord if you guys want to upgrade as well for the people who are watching right now who are already members. But like I said, all right, you have to get the mentorship package, all right, tier 3 package, right? So you get the CFS Ring of Watch newsletter, you get access to the CFS Discord, and you get the mentorship session, all right, one-on-one, 1 hour, 30 minutes every single month, all right? So, you know, it's something that I highly encourage you guys to get if you guys are struggling with trading, or if you just simply want to improve your trading every single month, because that's what I intend to do. And Joel, my student here, he has been improving a lot ever since we started the mentorship sessions. I mean, he can tell you guys as well. I'm not saying it. He's the one that's saying it. I always take out the word from my students' mouth. They're the one that's telling me, how much they've improved, and I tell the rest of you guys, right? So I never tell my students what to say to others if they ask about, the mentorship sessions that's included in the CFS Ring of Watch. I never ever do that, right? Because why would I do that, right? I'm here to help, right? I'm not here to manipulate other people's words. So, if you guys want to join tonight, okay, use the code 5OFF. You get the beginner's trading guide for free in your email, right? And we'll set up the mentorship session for this month of May, since you guys subscribed on the month of May. All right. And so, if you guys want to do that quickly, make sure you guys subscribe by tonight. All right. This is your only chance to get the beginner's trading guide. If you guys decide to subscribe tomorrow, you will not be getting the beginner's trading guide for free. All right. This is where you see an opening, an opportunity, and you need to strike. Like a candle, right? This is where you got to strike and grab the opportunity. You guys will not regret it. All right. So hopefully you guys do get in by tonight. All right. And if you guys do, welcome. Thank you. And let's kill it in the stock market. All right. Okay. I'll see you all tomorrow. I will do a live. I usually don't do lives on Fridays, but I will do one tomorrow. Okay. Especially if you guys are going to be here tomorrow. I know a lot of people tend to just kind of chill on Fridays, go out with their friends. But I also see a lot of people wanting to for me to kind of do an overall weekly overview on what happened. So I will do a live tomorrow. So hopefully I'll see you guys around the same time, around 8 o'clock, 8:30. It doesn't really matter. I kind of just want to do a nice relaxing session in the night where people are kind of preparing to go to bed or are just eating. Okay, so hopefully I can see you all tomorrow, guys, on the live and also in the newsletter and Discord. Okay, so have a great rest of your night, guys. All right, and Joel, I'm a believer. I know I can trade because of the mentor in the Discord. Thank you very much for that. No cap. Yes sir, no cap. All right, guys, have a great rest of your night. Okay, good rest of your night. Excuse me, guys. Oh god, I'm getting a lisp here. Jesus. Have a great rest of your night, guys. Good luck trading tomorrow. Okay, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the CFO Discord. Good night, guys.